Open sidebar. Circulatory system overview. Complete information about human's circulatory system, how it works. The human circulatory system, also known as the cardiovascular system, is a complex network of organs, vessels, and blood that plays a crucial role in transporting oxygen, nutrients, hormones, and waste products throughout the body. It consists of the heart, blood vessels, and blood. Let's explore how each component works. 1. The heart. The heart is a muscular organ located slightly to the left of the center of the chest. 1. Its primary function is to pump blood throughout the body. 1. The heart is divided into 4 chambers: 2 atria, upper chambers, and 2 ventricles, lower chambers. 1. The right side of the heart is responsible for pumping oxygen-poor blood to the lungs for oxygenation, while the left side pumps oxygen-rich blood to the rest of the body. The heart's pumping action is controlled by electrical signals generated within the heart itself. The rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the heart muscle create the heartbeat, which can be measured as a pulse. The process of pumping blood consists of 2 phases: systole, contraction, and diastole, relaxation. 1. Blood vessels. Blood vessels are a network of tubes that transport blood throughout the body. 1. There are 3 main types of blood vessels. Arteries. Arteries carry oxygen-rich blood away from the heart to various organs and tissues. They have thick, elastic walls that can withstand the pressure generated by the heart's pumping action. Veins. Veins carry oxygen-poor blood back to the heart. They have thinner walls than arteries and have one-way valves that help prevent backflow of blood. Capillaries. Capillaries are tiny, thin-walled vessels that connect arteries and veins. They are the site of nutrient and gas exchange between the blood and body tissues. 1. Blood. Blood is a fluid connective tissue that consists of cells suspended in a liquid called plasma. 1. There are 3 main types of blood cells. Red blood cells, RBCs, also known as erythrocytes. RBCs are responsible for carrying oxygen from the lungs to the rest of the body and transporting carbon dioxide back to the lungs for elimination. White blood cells, WBCs, also known as leukocytes. WBCs are a crucial part of the immune system, defending the body against infections and foreign substances. Platelets. Platelets are small cell fragments that play a significant role in blood clotting. When a blood vessel is injured, platelets adhere to the site and form a plug to stop bleeding. How the circulatory system works. The process of circulation starts when the heart contracts during systole, pumping blood into the arteries. The oxygen-rich blood leaves the left ventricle through the aorta, which branches into various arteries. As the blood flows through the arteries, it delivers oxygen and nutrients to the body's tissues and organs. Once the tissues have extracted oxygen and nutrients from the blood becomes oxygen-poor and carbon dioxide-rich. This deoxygenated blood returns to the heart through the veins. The veins gradually merge into larger vessels until they reach the right atrium of the heart. The deoxygenated blood is then pumped into the right ventricle and sent to the lungs through the pulmonary artery. In the lungs, carbon dioxide is expelled, and oxygen is picked up during the process of gas exchange. The oxygenated blood returns to the heart's left atrium through the pulmonary veins. The cycle continues, with the heart continuously pumping blood throughout the body and the lungs, ensuring that all tissues and organs receive the necessary oxygen and nutrients for their proper function. Overall, the circulatory system is a dynamic and essential system that sustains life by ensuring the transportation of vital substances to and from cells, tissues, and organs throughout the body. How it works. 1. Blood circulation. The circulatory system is a closed-loop system, with blood continuously circulating through the body to deliver oxygen, nutrients, and other essential substances to cells while removing waste products. A. Systemic circulation. Systemic circulation involves the flow of oxygenated blood from the heart's left ventricle to the entire body and the return of deoxygenated blood back to the heart. Here's a step-by-step explanation of this process. 1. Oxygenated blood is pumped out of the left ventricle into the aorta, the body's largest artery. 2. The aorta branches into smaller arteries, which further divide into arterioles and finally into capillaries, forming an extensive network throughout the body. 3. In capillaries, oxygen and nutrients are exchanged with surrounding tissues. 3. Oxygen and nutrients diffuse from the blood into the tissues, while waste products like carbon dioxide and metabolic byproducts move from tissues into the blood. 4. After exchanging oxygen and nutrients, the blood, now deoxygenated and containing waste products, enters venules, which merge to form veins. 5. Veins gradually increase in size as they return deoxygenated blood towards the heart's right atrium. 6. The deoxygenated blood from the upper body enters the heart through the superior vena cava, while the blood from the lower body returns through the inferior vena cava. 7. The deoxygenated blood is then pumped from the right atrium into the right ventricle. B. Pulmonary circulation. Pulmonary circulation involves the flow of deoxygenated blood from the heart's right ventricle to the lungs and the return of oxygenated blood back to the heart. Here's how it works. The right ventricle pumps deoxygenated blood into the pulmonary artery. The pulmonary artery divides into smaller arteries and arterioles, ultimately reaching the pulmonary capillaries that surround the alveoli, tiny air sacs, in the lungs. At the pulmonary capillaries, carbon dioxide from the blood diffuses into the alveoli, and oxygen from the inhaled air moves into the blood. The now oxygenated blood flows through venules and veins, ultimately merging into the pulmonary veins. The pulmonary veins return the oxygenated blood to the heart's left atrium. Heartbeat and cardiac cycle. The heart's rhythmic contraction and relaxation are responsible for pumping blood effectively. This process is known as the cardiac cycle, and it consists of two phases, diastole and systole. A. Diastole. During diastole, the heart relaxes, allowing the chambers, atria and ventricles, to fill with blood. Blood flows from the veins into the atria and then passes into the ventricles through open atrioventricular valves. B. Systole. During systole, the heart contracts, pushing blood out of the ventricles. The atrioventricular valves close to prevent backflow into the atria, and the semilunar valves open, allowing blood to exit the heart through the arteries. The cardiac cycle involves coordinated electrical signals that ensure the heart's chambers contract in a synchronized manner, maintaining an efficient pumping action. 1. Regulation of circulation. The circulatory system is regulated by the autonomic nervous system and various hormones. The sympathetic nervous system can increase heart rate and blood vessel constriction, vasoconstriction, during times of stress or increased activity, while the parasympathetic nervous system slows heart rate and promotes relaxation. Hormones such as adrenaline, epinephrine, and noradrenaline, norepinephrine, also play a role in regulating heart rate and blood vessel diameter. In summary, the human circulatory system works as a sophisticated transport network, ensuring the distribution of oxygen, nutrients, and waste products throughout the body, enabling the proper functioning of all organs and tissues. The heart's rhythmic pumping and the complex network of blood vessels facilitate this continuous circulation of BL.